Here we are, guys. 6 a.m. This Knuckles trailer dropped. We knew we were getting a Knuckles TV spot or trailer of some sort for the Super Bowl or big game, but I didn't expect at 6 a.m. for a Knuckles trailer to drop. It's 6 a.m. I'm losing sleep because of this. I'm already quoting Sonic characters in my sleep. I'm losing it, Sega. You must stop. We're gonna go through this full trailer. I'm gonna pause and give more context or share my thoughts on certain parts of the trailer. So thank you for joining me. Let's go take a look. So we start off with Knuckles running through this forest. And the first thing I want to point out is that he looks just as good as he does in the second movie. Obviously, we've got clips from the second movie playing right here. And then we've got this little thing. The signpost from the games is making a little appearance here. So that's fun. You love to see it when they add little touches from the games. This part right here makes me think of the Batman, which I think is funny because he's also, I'm vengeance. There's a shot in the Batman that they like to use in a lot of trailers that kind of looks like this. I think it's kind of funny. Here we've got Wade and Knuckles in the Wade-mobile. They're taking out the Wade-mobile for a spin here. This is very reminiscent of Sonic Movie 1, and this whole trailer kind of has a vibe of Sonic Movie 1. It's almost like Knuckles is getting his own Sonic Movie 1 treatment. Here's the fun part, though. We're back at the Wachowski home, and there he is, Sonic the Hedgehog. He's back. Sonic is in the show. Something else I want to point out is that they're using the song "Knuck If You Buck" by Crime Mob here. It just kind of breaks my brain when they put these songs to Sonic characters. My favorite is the Wikipedia article for this song. It says that the song is a celebration of elbow throwing and fist fighting, which I guess is perfect for Knuckles. I haven't heard this song in ages, so that was kind of a bizarre throwback. You love to see it. It seems like the kind of crux of the show here is that Knuckles is unhappy with his suburban life. He helped Sonic and Tails fight Robotnik, and now there's not much for him to do. He's bored. He wants more. He craves adventure and that kind of gladiator lifestyle that he used to have. And so I think that's kind of gonna be his journey is living out his true self, you know what I mean? Something I want to point out here is this this poster here in the background says Whipple, which is Wade's last name. So I don't know if that also will tie into Wade's journey throughout the show. I don't know if maybe Wade had a relative that was like an action movie star, because this is among other action movie posters here. We've got Kevin Costner's Robin Hood and Total Recall with Schwarzenegger over here. Both killer films. But I believe this is in Wade's home. I don't know what this guy's doing in Wade's home. Maybe somehow Wade crossed the wrong people and they're out for revenge. But obviously Wade is a huge involvement in the show. And yeah, I think it'd be interesting if Wade was like, I wanted to be like that big action star and that's why I joined the police force. But I just am, I'm a dope. I want to be a real warrior. So I think that's gonna kind of be Wade's journey in this show. And once again, we got Knuckles punching a guy through a wall. That's just his thing. And here he is confirming, he stayed here just because he made that promise to them. Also, he ate Doritos. That was fun. This little Mortal Kombat-esque gladiator arena is also very fun. We love Ozzy. Can we just say that we stan Ozzy in this house? This whole mailman bit is great. It's great to see Colleen O'Shaughnessy back as Tails as well as Tika Sumpter back as Maddie. It doesn't look like Tom's going to be in the show. We'll probably have Tom be out on like a fishing trip or something. It's just good to see all of these characters that we've kind of grown to love in the Sonic movie universe. So wonderful to see Ben and Colleen back. It's just good to see everybody back.
I will begin my quest.
Here we are. Something that we were teased pretty early on in production is that Knuckles' hat from the OVA. It's here. And he's on a motorcycle, which is kind of interesting. Very Shadow the Hedgehog. You love to see it. I don't know why. It feels so crazy to see the OVA hat like in 2024. It just looks good on him. We love a good little cowboy hat, Knuckles. Tip of the hat to you. It kind of looks to me that like a lot of this is going to take place in Las Vegas. I'm just kind of getting that vibe. So I guess that'll be interesting to see as it plays out.
Come, Wade.
And here we are. We're getting Wade and Knuckles in this little training montage. You love to see a man just bending a metal bar in half. So that's great. 6-episode event, and then we've got this guy. We don't know this guy's name yet, but this guy is our main antagonist, it seems. At first, when he started talking, I kind of heard Christopher Lloyd in his voice, and I was like, is that Christopher Lloyd? And then when he came on screen, I was like, this man is too young to be Christopher Lloyd. So we still don't know who Christopher Lloyd is playing. This is actually actor Rory McCann, who played Sandor Clegane, or the Hound, in Game of Thrones. That was actually probably one of the best characters in that show. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table for Knuckles. Here he is. I think this is sort of maybe like Robotnik's first Agent Stone, or someone who worked alongside Robotnik before. Actually, one of the things I wanted to do was, we're gonna watch this clip here.
His little friends, he's vulnerable. He's the key to all my newest creation.
He's obviously got a lot of Robotnik tech here.
You worked for Robotnik?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you worked for Robotnik. Because I watched this a few times. I heard you worked for the first time, and then I heard you bought from. So I wasn't sure if Robotnik was maybe like some sort of arms dealer. Like he was selling off his creations as well to criminals, which could be interesting. But what I'm getting like a vibe from this guy is that he was Robotnik's kind of first Agent Stone, or someone who worked alongside him earlier on and has stolen and adapted some of his technology. So that might be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Bring me Knuckles.
Obviously, he doesn't like Knuckles. I also want to point out, the man on the left here is Kid Cudi, which is so fun to see. Kid Cudi, for Sonic fans, he did the theme for the second Sonic movie. He did Stars in the Sky. But he's actually a pretty great musician. Man on the Moon Part 2 is probably my favorite record of his. I've got a lot of friends that really love Kid Cudi. So this is exciting to see, and kind of surreal, if I'm being honest. But we love to see it. Kid Cudi in a minor antagonist role here. Using Knuckles' power, so it seems like Sandor Clegane, the Hound, has a lot of vials of Knuckles' quills that he must have recovered from the battle in Green Hills, potentially. I don't know how long after Sonic 2 this is taking place. I don't know if this is like a several-month time jump or what we're looking at. Somehow they have a bunch of Knuckles' quills, and they're using them to power stolen Robotnik tech, is what it seems like. So, interesting.
All we need is power.
Oh man, let's just hold on. Let's take this in here. Let's just take that in. Look at that OVA hat. He looks so handsome. Look at that boy. This just gives me, I don't know why, like all of these scenes here are kind of giving me Las Vegas vibes. It seems like their journey has taken them to Las Vegas to a bowling competition. I don't know if that is lore for maybe Knuckles loved bowling somehow, or Wade is a big bowling fan, but there's a lot of bowling paraphernalia here. Obviously they're at a bowling alley. Neon Nights, it's, you know, it's not a Sonic Zone, but it sounds like it could be, so that's kind of fun. And then we've got this mech. This looks straight out of the Matrix. It also kind of looks to me like the Rhino from Amazing Spider-Man 2 a little bit. But yeah, we've got Sandor Clegane operating this Rhino machine that is powered by Knuckles' energy, and it looks like we've got Wade in the corner here. Yeah, this looks to me like Las Vegas. National Bowling Stadium. National Bowling Stadium is actually in Reno. Oh no, you know what? It says Reno right here. They've gone from Green Hills, Montana, all the way down to Reno, Nevada. I'm very curious if Wade is like the bowling superstar sensation or what's going on here with that. There's another thing that we'll pause and talk about here in just a moment that makes me think that maybe Knuckles also likes bowling, but we'll get there in just a moment. We've got Sandor Clegane, the Hound, in this big old Matrix-style mech with these, it looks like he's trying to drain Knuckles more of his power. Blowing up cars, you love to see it. This scene, can Knuckles glide in this show? That is to be seen, and here's what we really want to talk about here, guys. PACHACAMAC from Sonic Adventure has made an appearance here as a bowling alley manager. I can't fully make out what the top of his name tag says. I don't know if that says Neon Nights Lanes, which is where they were just a moment ago when Kid Cudi and his coworker came looking for Knuckles. When I first saw this frame pop up on here, I was like, well, Knuckles is in a disguise. and like his disguise is PACHACAMAC. But the quills are shorter. He's got a gray muzzle. This is straight up PACHACAMAC as a bowling alley manager. This is the most bizarre thing that's in this trailer. I don't really know what this could possibly be. My best guess is that this is a flashback for Knuckles, and maybe Knuckles loved bowling as a kid, and PACHACAMAC was a bowling alley manager. I don't know. It seems a little like too on the nose, and also like the computers in front of him lead me to believe that this is like in Nevada here. This is just bizarre. This is a weird thing to be looking at. In 2024, we've got PACHACAMAC as a bowling alley manager. It's strange, but we'll see where this TV show takes us. And then, of course, we've got Sonic doing what he does best in this universe, which is being a literal child. He's got his ring light and phone set up. They're doing TikTok kind of dances. Knuckles is like, what's happening here? I'm trying to play VR. I also love the stack of comics that Sonic has here. I can relate. This is also great. Wade is easily one of the best human characters in the Sonic movies, so it's fun to see him get this kind of outlandish moment. It's gonna be really fun to see him shine. Obviously, they're at this big bowling championship, the Tournament of Champions. This is put on by ESPN 8 The Ocho, which before this, I didn't realize it became a real thing. So ESPN 8 The Ocho was a bit from the movie Dodgeball, and they ended up making it a real thing. It's once a year they have tournaments for lesser televised, more niche sporting events. So this is kind of fun that ESPN 8 The Ocho is here in the Knuckles show. Here we have another shot of Kid Cudi, and I think Ellie Taylor is who is playing this other crony of the Hound from Game of Thrones. This looks like it'll be a fun duo, like an almost scratch and grounder but human kind of situation here. Also, this kind of looks like a hotel room, but this must be like a big banquet hall for this event, because there's golden bowling balls in this lane next to them here. They've got this gun that shoots out Knuckles energy, which is also kind of interesting.
I am.
The flaming fist straight out of Sonic Heroes, which is really cool to see. And then once again, ESPN 8 The Ocho. Can't believe it's real. And then we've got some rings there, and real quick, we've got that move from Sonic 06 and most recently Sonic Frontiers, where he does the twirl kind of drill drive forward. So that's neat. It's cool to see a game move show up in the movies and the TV show, so that's fun. 6-episode event streaming April 26th. And then we've got one last little fun scene with Wade. And you know what I think might actually be going on here? I was pretty positive we would get no more clues from this, but I think that somehow Wade is tied up in a weird bowling alley biker gang situation. I think this is all kind of coming together to me live right now. Maybe Wade in his past was a part of this biker gang, this bowling alley biker gang, and they've got some shady dealings going on, and they're trying to bring him back into the fold or something. But another thing that's interesting here is that they're with an FBI agent who I think, is this Judy Gemstone? Eddie Patterson is another great comedian. She's such a terrific job in The Righteous Gemstones. It's fun to see a lot of these great comedic actors be in the Sonic movies. But that's kind of it for this trailer. We still don't know Christopher Lloyd's role in this. Everyone has kind of speculated that he could potentially be Gerald Robotnik. He hasn't been confirmed for Sonic Movie 3 at all, so after viewing this trailer, I don't think that's something they would necessarily touch on in this show. I think that they want to kind of keep it focused on this kind of fun buddy cop adventure with Knuckles and Wade. We all want more game characters and things to show up in the Sonic movie universe, but I think this is fun, and I'm very excited to see how it all plays out. Hi, it's me, Post-Production Vinny. We've actually got some more news. This is via Tails channel here. A thread of officially released screen grabs and captions of the Knuckles miniseries. We've got, of course, the little signpost that we got in the trailer. The real interesting one here is PACHACAMAC, or Mac, voiced by Christopher Lloyd in Knuckles Episode 4. So we do know who Christopher Lloyd is going to be. It is this bizarre bowling alley version of PACHACAMAC. So It's so weird. It's so weird. I need to know why this is happening, what it means. Is it actually him, or is it just a character named after him and modeled after him? Is it a flashback? What is this? What am I looking at? It's so weird. You know, my newest theory is that this is a reference to Big Lebowski, which is one of my favorite movies. In that movie, the main character, the dude, is knocked unconscious, and he has a dream sequence in which Saddam Hussein is playing the bowling alley merchant and hands him his pair of shoes. So I'm wondering if this is just going to be a really trippy dream sequence that Knuckles has. That's my theory on who Mac is and why, but I don't know why they would give Christopher Lloyd this part unless he's going to come back and do something more meaningful. Maybe we'll also have that mixed in with flashback. But that's what I'm thinking is happening here, is this is a Big Lebowski reference. Okay, then we've got Scott Mescudi, Kid Cudi, as Agent Mason, and Ellie Taylor as Agent Willoughby. First image is episode 1, and the second image is from episode 6. So they are going to be a force to be reckoned with the whole series. So that's pretty fun. Moving along, we've got Knuckles, voiced by Idris Elba, and Daniel Singh as Cattle Prod Bounty Hunter in Knuckles episode 3. I think this is in the Wade family home rather than Wade's home. Does that make sense? I think that Wade has some family outside of Green Hills that we're going to meet, as we'll see a little bit further down here. Here's some more images of Knuckles in episodes 1, 5, and 6. And as I thought, this final image in the series of 3 here, where he's got the fire fists, that's going to be in our last episode. It seemed like a final confrontation kind of situation. Here we have Stockard Channing as Wendy Whipple, Knuckles voiced by Idris Elba, and Eddie Patterson as Wanda Whipple. This is more of Wade's extended family. I assume that's his mother and sister. So that's pretty fun. I want to point out that Wanda is FBI, so she's not the only law enforcement in the family. She is probably just the more successful one. Riding the bike together through the deserts of Nevada, I assume. This is probably a dream sequence in episode 2. And the second image being another shot from episode 4. He's on a bike with a sword, which is fun. And here we have another interesting one. Left to right, Adam Pally as Wade Whipple, Alice Tregoning as Susie, Carrie Ells as Pistol Pete Whipple, Owen Warren as Pete's bowling partner in Knuckles episode 6. So this must be Wade's brother or cousin or some family member that is a bowling legend, and that is why they're going to Reno for this big bowling tournament on ESPN 8, The Ocho. That's something interesting, I suppose. We know why they're there for the bowling thing. And then here we have Julian Barat as Jack Sinclair in Knuckles episode 4. So we've got this biker gang that will persist, it looks like. And here we have, finally, Rory McCann, known as The Buyer in Knuckles episode 6. The Buyer. Maybe there's something more to Rory McCann's character buying Robotnik tech. Like I said, that was something that I misheard at first, was you worked for Robotnik. I thought it was you bought from Robotnik. So maybe he has done a little bit of both. Maybe there's more to this character and that name that we will learn more soon. But thank you to Tails Channel for reporting on that stuff and getting it out to us. I'm excited. What are your thoughts on this new Knuckles trailer? Let me know in the comments down below. And subscribe for more Sonic content. I'm going to be going over all of the new Sonic news that we've got this year. I have a retrospective on the Shadow the Hedgehog 2005 video game that's coming out soon, so be on the lookout for that, as well as channel members on the 14th are going to get a very special audio commentary track for the first Sonic movie by me and my friend Dizzy Dennis, so look forward to that. Thank you so much to all my channel members and people who have supported this channel. I really appreciate you. I will see you soon. I'ma love you, I'ma miss you. Take care.
Sounds. You're now watching Vindo. I gotta go fast, catch up, you been slow, your wind's low. Smell the burnt rubber on my midsole. Everything you do once, trust, we'll do it tenfold. You're now watching Vindo.